Wonderful good day, ladies and gentlemen. We are still at the Zurich Invest event here at the Grand Hotel in Zurich, and with me here is now Dr. Peter Megaw. You remember I always call him the Silver Pope of Mexico because he found so many ounces of silver in Mexico, which is really undoubtable. He's the maximizer here, and he's now the new Chief Exploration Officer of Meg Silver. Peter, thanks for taking the time.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
We have spoken a while ago, and I interviewed your CEO, George, last November. So maybe you can reflect shortly about 2014. I think another good year for Meg Silver, I would say.
2014 was a very good year for Mag Silver. The big thing that happened, of course, is we started in late 2013 with the ramp decline into our Juanicipio project, and we got it down about 900 meters during 2014. We're at about 1,100 meters now. It's a 5.2 meter square ramp. It's being described here in Zurich as looking like a Swiss train tunnel. It's completely cemented on the inside. It has a concrete floor. It's designed to last. It's designed to minimize wear and tear on the equipment. And it's costing us around $1,500 a meter, which is an exceptionally good price.
That's a lot of money. Wow.
No, that's not a lot of money.
I mean, 1,100 meters times 1,500, I mean.
Yeah, but normally in most places in the world you would pay 2 to 3 times that to drive that kind of ramp.
Wow, so it's a bargain.
It's a bargain.
Okay, cool. So this you have achieved. Anything else which you want to comment on?
Well, last year we also did our first 2 rounds of drilling on our Salamandra property. We demonstrated, we basically were testing our model. We showed that it's a very well endowed system in terms of a lot of metal. We put in 19 holes, all but 2 of which got considerable mineralization. One of them got 800 meters of 0.6% zinc. One got 250 meters of 2% zinc. There's one that's 17 meters of 5% zinc. There's intercepts of 2 meters of 2% plus copper with 450 grams silver. So we know it's a well-endowed system. We have to find where the heart of it is, and based on the fact that we drilled all the way around it and it's behaving according to our model. So we'll drill some deeper holes this year trying to find where it gets concentrated.
Super fantastic. If we are checking the box a little bit, how far are you now with your development to bring obviously then Meg Silver into production?
Well, the ramp is about is closing in on a third of the way to the depth that we have to get to. I mean, the top of the mineralization is 350 meters below the surface, and it just takes a while to get down. The advantage of that, of course, is it's not very expensive. I mean, not very expensive. Our share last year was about $12 million, and it'll be about that this year. We did a very nice financing last year at the 52-week high.
I remember,
we brought in around $80 million, converted it into US, so we still have $80 million. We don't start having heavy spend on the project until 2016 sometime when we start buying long lead time items for the mill. So the spend for this year will probably be around 15, including exploration at Juanicipio, and we'll just keep driving the ramp down. And we're finishing up some metallurgical drilling there. We needed some large diameter core for the metallurgists, and as those holes finish up, the rigs are being pulled off to start doing some new exploration, chasing new exploration targets around the property, which of course is what I care about. I mean, I love the vein we have, but I want to find more.
Sure.
And we just stand up on the hillside and we look down and we see our partners with lines of rigs coming across the countryside at us, and so we go, some of those veins must come into our property.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you're already so excited about it. You will find it, I'm sure about.
Well, I hope so.
Well, let's talk about 2015. It's now already April, yeah? What have you done in the first quarter? That's the one thing. And the other thing is, what do you want to achieve in 2015?
Well, obviously, we want to keep the ramp going down. And the big thing is that when we started the ramp, the ground conditions were bad, so progress was a little slower than we'd hoped for. But we're now up to almost 100 meters a month, which is very good advance. So we're catching up. We've got a little bit behind, but we're catching up. So we just want to see that ramp keep going down. The roads are all being built. The infrastructure is being built around the property, and that's what we need to have happen. We expect to be drilling at Salamandra by sometime early summer, June, July, somewhere in there. We've gotten back onto our Gigi property just outside Chihuahua City, where we haven't worked for 5 years because the government had a big claim that finally got eliminated, and we picked up the property that covered the other half of the geophysical anomaly that we developed. So we're developing drill targets there, permitting's in process. We'd love to say that sometime this year we hope to have an agreement with Ejido so we can get back on the Cinco de Mayo. I can't put a date or be certain about that, but things are moving forward on that. So we're continuing on multiple levels to advance things. And given the current market realities, there's a lot of people offering us projects, and we're looking at a lot of them for acquisitions, mergers, joint ventures, but always using the filter that we've always used. We start with high grade and district scale. So if we think something fits that, we'll go after it. But you know, grade has been very good to us. We're definitely being rewarded in the current market for having stuck to high grade. And by that, in an underground environment, we're talking 350 grams plus silver. And we've been very fortunate to find that, but that discipline has paid off very well for us and our shareholders.
So you should keep it, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think when you just said it, I think silver can drop to $10 and you still would make money with the project.
According
right?
to our UPEA, if silver goes to $10, we still have a 15% after-tax internal rate of return. And well, not very many, but partly that's because we've always focused on maximizing profitability and internal rate of return as opposed to net present value. And you know, when you have a downturn, that's when net present value bites you.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
so we stick with IRR, and sometimes when the markets go up, people think we're a little bit conservative, but right now,
It's
that
good
worked.
to be, yeah, it's good to be conservative, absolutely. Peter, thank you very much. All the best for 2015.
Always a pleasure.
And I'm sure you keep it going. I'm definitely sure.
We will. Well, look forward to doing this interview again next year and talk
Yes.
about how much further the ramp is down and how we've hit some nice things in some of our other projects.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Peter Megaw, Dr. Peter Megaw, and he's the new CXO, yes, Chief Exploration Officer, a title also I didn't knew that this exists, but here he is. And yeah, Max Silver doing a great job advancing the project, and 1,100 meters off the ramp are already done. And that's almost a third of what they need. And still $90 million roughly in the bank and financed on a 52 weeks high last year. So I think they did everything right, focus on the high grade stuff. And the project is still at $10 silver, very, very viable. So that's what you want to have. Have a look at Max Silver. Thanks and bye-bye from Zurich.